110K BTC. It's Friday and it's time for some weekend setups, guys. I mean, what a ride. Let's go. Guys, and remember, as always, hit the like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. Did something go up there with did my thing to go wrong? What happened there? Did it do it? That whole thing.
I didn't see the very end of it. I was glancing at the chat here.
No, not paying attention. That's a penalty. Long or short, Mr. 𝗵𝗆, where are we?
𝗵𝗆 is shit. I'm feeling quite great at the moment. Yeah. Just like the market, just doing nothing. Just chopping along.
It's not helpful, guys. We need a direction from this man. He must give us something. Give us something, David Deer. Give us something, sir. Yes. Give us something. What are you giving us?
I mean, we gave a nice little setup there for a long, with the collab session with Trader J yesterday. I took a little 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗫 short on AV&T right now. Yeah, I've got like 2 or 3 here to share with everybody.
Okay, so they're going to go in the back. They're going to talk. They're going to work on their Friday energy, and they're going to come back pumping. Okay, in a second or two, both of them are going to come back. Look, there's one there. There's another one. He's going to work on that Friday energy. There we go. And let's go, guys. Let's go. It is Friday. Okay, let's see if we can beat the market maker this weekend. Okay, COAI doing its thing again. I had a look at it. It was like a little triangular situation going on, but I'm not that interested at the moment. This looks super dangerous. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀 is doing things with regards to, what was it, the CZ situation, I guess. Zcash pumped. It hasn't hit my lower entry that I'm looking for. I've got that set up for you guys again. We'll talk about that. Pump has been pumping. It's been great. Virtual long the top yesterday, absolute cracker. 𝗬𝗏 long the top and a bit flat at the moment, actually a bit red, might actually take the stop. So a little bit of a mixed bag. And again, a perfect example of longing 2 tops. One of them worked, one of them might get us rinsed. So we're gonna have to see how that goes, who got virtual and who got 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 yesterday, and we're going to talk through it, guys. Okay, let's get into BTC. And let's talk about what's gone on. So, as you guys know, we had CPI data coming in. They made a big exception because the government is shut down, and they made a big exception and a big noise that CPI data was going to be coming out. And there were rumors that it was going to be like super bullish and all these types of things. So what has happened to the market? They pump into the CPI data release, and then inevitably you get some kind of rejection. Okay, so this is what we ended up at. Our 786. I spoke about this on the Friday banger with the hackers earlier this morning, and that 786 was the first real region that I was looking for some kind of rejection. So that was that 112,400 we had there, and now we have fallen over, but it's been quite a sharp rejection, and this has given this 1 hour or the 2 hour like quite a horrible looking bearish divergence print at the moment. So I'm not feeling like super bullish right now on the lower time frame looking at these oscillators, because generally when you get these divergence prints and they start printing fresh lows like that, I tend to just start being a little bit more cautious here with how I'm going about things, especially in terms of longs. Okay, so just being a little bit careful here at the moment. Now let's talk about some levels that could possibly get hit with BTC. Number one is 109,100. You can see this is our VWAP from the lows. This is our 0.5, and this is a typical bull zone that you look to hold. Like if you are scalping, looking for short moves, you want this VWAP, you want this horizontal and this 382.5 region. Generally, you want to see a bounce in that area. Now, the interesting thing with BTC is we know BTC loves the 618 as well for a bounce. So in terms of levels, we've got 109,200. This is my first area where I want a strong bounce. Okay, so if we get a little bit more pain, we need to understand and look for our next points of confluence. Where can we get a strong bounce if the market falls over again? Then you want to look at another solid zone. Now, this zone is very interesting to me. This is our 618. This is our 200-day moving average coming into play here as well. And this is also a wick fill in that region. So depends how degen you are. Okay, if you extremely degen, you're probably going to have 2 cracks in those zones. If you are a little bit more conservative, I'm talking to the guys that are trading Bitcoin on say 30x or 40x, those type of guys, then your entry is say 109,300 down to about 108.5. You can look for some kind of bounce on BTC, and you're going to keep it really simple because you've got a rising trend here, and if you start losing this rising trend, well, then inevitably things could turn a little bit horrible and we might have a bit of a dirty weekend. And it's not the kind of dirty weekend you think I'm talking about. It's a messy weekend in the markets. Okay, so we don't really want to lose that 108.5. Yeah, watching that one. very closely, guys. And I'll be adding to my long. We dip down there and we'll keep going. Okay, so right now I'm still playing ping pong with the BTC long and short. I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of that one as well in a couple of secs. Okay, so in terms of support, that is what we're watching. If we do, let's say we break up before we do the Hackers live trading on Saturday. Remember, Saturdays we do Hackers live trading with the Hackers team, and sometimes I'm there and sometimes I'm not, and the team does their thing, but it's going down. So tomorrow, if we start pumping hard on BTC, there are a couple of levels that we will deal with on the live trading session, but the big one for me is still 113k. I think that could be a really nice short in that zone, 113, 114 in that upper region over there. Okay, and a touch of Frandom says that is going to be fun. What is going to be fun, sir? What is he talking about? What's going to be fun?
I think the live trading tomorrow is what he's talking about.
Pumped, the live trading.
Live trading.
Fun. We'll see if Dave's awake. If Dave's awake, he can come do some sculpting. He's our current Banter Royale champion sculptor, and he's going again. He's going again on Sunday. Now they postponed the Banter Royale. Boomer tech issues. Can you believe it? Okay, so they postponed it, and he's going again Sunday 6:30 with Maruk. Okay, so she's going to be loaded up again, and they're going to have a go. So make sure you guys are ready for Sunday. It's going to be fun watching Dave do a little bit of sculpting there. Maybe you're going to learn a couple of tips and tricks, and if you're really nice to him, he'll be in Hackers doing that stuff for you guys. Okay, but you got to be really nice to him. Look at that. Look at that. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Okay, guys, let's talk about important stuff. Big announcement. We've been waiting for so long for these indicators. Now, you guys have seen me over the last while. I've been trading with these indicators, and everybody's always asking the show, how do you get them? And I always say, guys, go do the accelerator course. Well, what we've done now is we've created a Chart Hackers essential pack of the indicators. So pretty much the indicators you see me using every day, the oscillator, the order blocks, those types of things on my screen every single day, plus the indicators that some of my team are using in the Chart Hackers Discord. We've bundled it together and we've called it the Chart Hackers Essentials. Okay, so it is here now available for you guys. Number one, if you are not a Chart Hackers member, you can buy it off the link in the show description. You go click on more, it is there for you guys. If you are a Chart Hackers member, you are going into Chart Hackers into links and referrals, and you're going to get this for $49 a month. Okay, so you're going to get a $20 discount because you are in Chart Hackers. All right, so there's two ways to do it, guys. Remember, if you are a Chart Hackers member, don't buy it from here. You're buying it internally in the Chart Hackers Discord. Okay, so very happy we finally got it off. And just a reminder, it says here, trendy coming soon, POC coming soon. So the devs are deving. It's all available. They're going to plug it into this package within the next week or so. It's going to be there for you guys as well. Okay, so there's some good news. Now, let's talk about Friday liquidations. 250 million. James, we're going down. What's going on? The traders have vanished again. And is it...
People aren't pushing buttons. They're just not. We could see that today, yeah, with that news candle. It was a whole 1% on BTC and fall right back over. But look, we did pump all week into it, so that's fair enough.
That's true. We have 10 days of big numbers. Okay, so the boys and girls are feeling a little bit fatigued. But I remember, James, we went through a period of like 2 weeks where the lickies were like 60 million, 80 million.
Yeah, 100 million a day, nothing. And then last week every day was over 500.
Yeah.
And 600 and 700. It's just crazy. And now volumes dropped off again.
So a little bit of fatigue out there, but you can't blame them. But guys, just be patient. This is going to be us in a few months. Just hang in there. A couple of months, guys.
I need my Chart Hackers handbag to catch all the money there. Win handbag.
That's guys, just be patient. It's coming. Okay, it's coming. Now, let's talk about some things. Number one, Trump says he's pardoned Binance founder CZ because he wasn't guilty. Okay, so we're not here to debate whether he was guilty or not. We're just here to watch an entertaining video of Donald Trump telling everyone fake news doesn't know much about crypto. Let's see.
People say that, are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything, that what he did, well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about nothing. You're fake news.
Fake news.
You
don't know shit.
Somebody that, as I was
told, something interesting.
I don't believe I've ever met him, but I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support
Okay. Anyway, somebody who doesn't know much about crypto is somebody that says, "Oh, the crypto person."
Oh, you mean the crypto person that I know nothing
Oh, you
about?
mean the
that I've never
crypto
met?
person?
I know.
You
I don't
mean
know
the-
anything about it, but he was a good person and he didn't do anything wrong.
Are you talking about the crypto person? Okay, so maybe Trump doesn't know much about crypto either. Okay, maybe his team does. Okay, so in terms of BNB, well, it gave us a little bounce, but nothing too serious. Okay, but I mean, those of you that followed the BNB levels there, 382 held the 50-day MA, retested, little bouncy over there. So anyone interested, 1,040, that is support for BNB. I'm not trading this one at the moment, just letting it do what it needs to do. Now, this is big news because, I mean, James, how are you feeling? Trump cancels all trade negotiations with Canada on the reason being, how's it? These guys, the Canadians, these guys, okay, they release a video with Ronald Reagan's voice.
It's a quote from a famous speech of his from Camp David from whenever the hell it was, 1980 something.
Yes.
Right, where he's talking about tariffs, saying that he likes to use them only sparingly and that in general, you shouldn't use them to start all out trade wars. It ends up hurting everybody in the end. And Trump had a fit, screamed that this was fake news. It was fraudulent. It's not fraudulent. It's a well-known speech. And he did say that he doesn't believe in tariffs unless you need them in specific instances. Right.
Okay, so Trump's thrown his toys and he's not canceled trade negotiations. So there you go, Canada. If you don't like tariffs and you use Ronald Reagan's voice, that is what is going to happen, and that is what is going to come to you. Now, the CPI data that everyone was excited for, and I mean, it's so obvious, isn't it? Like, you pump into CPI, you look to take profits, you look for some hedges, or you short, or you dump into CPI, you look for longs. It's the simplest recipe.
Did we not say that yesterday?
Most simpler recipe, right? That's what we do. And especially when the data is only 3%. I mean, there were rumors that this thing was going to come out like super bullish. Like, I mean, I was thinking, geez, we might come at like 2.7, 2.8, something like that. And then we're absolutely going to tear. But basically, the market got what they wanted. Yeah, and I could even say the crypto market slightly disappointed, actually. They might have been expecting a little bit more. But in terms of ADA dumps, Canada dumps, I like that. Okay, so S&P actually all-time high. Okay, looking quite aggressive here. That is interesting. Shall we top long the S&P? I mean, shall we? I mean, I'm not against it.
Like the news today. TradFi loved the news today. It's just crypto that went for shit.
What is FAFO? Fit in or fuck off? What is it?
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. Yeah, okay. I also like the other one, fit in or fuck off. That also works quite nicely. But both make sense to me. Okay. Okay. So S&P breaking all-time highs. Possible scalpy if you want to long the S&P. Let's see if there's some support here. Well, there's a little gap below, so let's just look at the risk here. If everyone wants to do dumb shit with me, I'll consider it. If you guys want to join me, it's 0.8%. Dave, shall we long the top of the S&P, bro? You keen?
Man, let's do it.
Okay, let's long the top of the S&P. Okay, so let's talk BTCC. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I've got Circle. I've started along. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. I've got Netflix, a little bit underwater at the moment. Let's see. Remember the zone. We got a big zone that we're tracking there. We're just on our borderline cut area now on that Netflix trade. And gold, we're still going through the typical trader's dilemma, guys. I said this is going to be the challenge now for us. Anybody who wants to build a gold position, you got to let this thing pump back up so that you can add to it. Okay, and if that is your strategy, you can't actually panic out of this thing. You got to sit there with big balls and you got to wait for it to come up so you can add, and then you can do your thing. Okay, guys, tell me in the chats, are we top longing the S&P? Let me know in the chats, please. Wrong answers only. Okay, wrong answers only in the chats, and then we can top long the S&P. Okay, let me know. And
Maddie would like to see DJ and Dave be more DJ.
He's pretty degen. Dave is pretty degen. Dave's pretty degen. Okay, guys, let me know in the chats what we're doing if we top long the S&P. Clock is ticking. Okay, let's talk Circle. I've mapped this one out. Circle is obviously a crypto. It's a crypto play. It's a stock, obviously, as you guys know. And interestingly, it may or may not be giving us something. There's going to be arguments both directions, guys. There's literally going to be arguments for that, okay, or super bearish. And there's also going to be arguments that guys are going to be screaming, oh no, this is actually just a bigger like double bottom or whatever the story is. So guys, so be that as it may, what you can do is you can use key areas. So right now, it's quite a simple little play. Today, we are above the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is sitting at 132. So if you want, you can use that as your exit zone. You can use that as your degen support level. So if you drop below that type of level, you can start cutting the position. So the risk is actually pretty low. And if you want to give it a little bit more breathing room on this guy, you know, I mean, that's about 3.7%. If you want to give it more breathing room, you can look to cut under the 120s region. Okay, just remember, manage your position size. Don't get too aggressive, blah, blah, blah. When there is momentum, then you can start adding to this trade, and then targets for you guys 150, 174, those types of levels. Okay, so I've got a small position running here on Circle. Let's see if it holds the 50, and then let's see what Monday gives us. And if all things being well, we'll get a little bit of a move out of that one. Okay, so we're going to look at that one. And Albert says a big short incoming. What does he want to short? What do these guys want to short?
I'm not sure. And that's a good question. I don't
probably
think Circle
virtual
is a place to short here.
Yeah, virtual could be an interesting one as well. That was a big pumper. I saw some comments there. And long on Dow Jones. I'm bullish on bullish. Are we long in the top, guys? Are we long in the top?
Let's long the top.
Oh, fucking, that's the spirit. And then Steve wants to know, can the RSI casino keep pumping even when it's at the price top? It can. Yes, of course it can. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that now. Okay, so let's go. Fuck it. Let's go S&P. Let's long the top here. Let's do this. And we're not going to SPX. Well, I mean, we could top long SPX as well. That could be quite good. Okay, there we go. Let's go 25. Let's see if I've got enough margin in here. It's on 50x. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Okay. We good. Okay. We long a couple of S&Ps here, guys. If you want to exit, if you're looking for a cut zone, you're looking at 6726. You can cut, or 6640 you can cut. Okay, those are the possible options there. Matty, we're finally hitting our zone on this Pippin situation. Okay, so let's look at this casino, guys. Just a reminder, if you want to trade some oil as well, you can do that. Conviction short zones that I'm interested in, 64 and 66.8. This is WTI. Remember, there's two oils. You get Brent and you get US oil or WTI. Okay, so I'm trading this WTI, looking for a short at these two regions at the top over there. BTC on the 3-day, no changes, guys. 106 to 104, big support. Then we got 100 to 98K, no changes on that guy for BTC. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. We fucking around. What did he say? We fuck around like it's
around like it's a Saturday.
Yeah, we fuck around all the time.
Guys, I mean, that S&P looks good. It's fun. Sometimes it's fun to fuck around, okay? And sometimes you just need to find out. Okay, let's go. Bitcoin dominance here, 59.7 was our support. Look at that. So we drop into that. We get a little bit of bounce there, and that obviously means a little bit of altcoin pain when you hit these typical support areas. Okay, so a little bit of pain here now, and you can see if we do push a little bit higher, this is once again where you're going to look for some kind of alt strength versus BTC. So play this, very simple to play this chart. Just use it as your guide as you're trading, and then the same with USDT dominance. Look at that, another visit into our support region here, and you can see if we do get a bounce, that puts pressure on the market as a whole, and things start rolling over. Okay, so if the market is under pressure here today and this thing starts grinding this weekend, you'll see us live tomorrow, so don't panic, and we'll figure out what we're going to do and where we're going to get our bounces. Okay, and yeah, bro, I got rinsed. Jeff rinsed me yesterday, bro. 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff was expensive, Dave. Jeff cost me 200. But he made me 140 or 130 the other day. So I don't know. We down.
Pickles suggest we bring in Colin the cod instead this time. Forget the chicken, bring in the fish.
Guys, I mean, no one's that desperate. I mean, I just trade chickens. Okay,
let's be responsible and use chickens.
Let's talk RSI shitcoin casino here, guys. We're having a lot of fun doing this. It's been fun hunting these guys, and today I've got F and I've got Pippin that are looking the most exciting at the moment. Here's something called H that's just arrived. Dave, can you quickly chart H for us. This is a new arrival. Won't you look at that and give us some kind of degen short here on H? I'm pretty sure we've looked at this one before. Okay, so Dave's going to work on H. Let me give you guys the quick breakdown here. Here is Pippin. So we looked at this one earlier today in the Chart Hackers Friday banger. And what I like to do on these extreme scenarios is to really focus on the macro levels. Okay, I want to focus on the big strong zones, the higher percentage zones for me, because when you got strength like this, you know, these things can squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. So we're playing the same game again. There's two areas. Unfortunately, I didn't have one solid zone for you guys, so I only have two that we can work with. First one is right here. I've got a small position on this Pippin right here. This is a 0.5 fib, 2.8 up to about 30. That is your degen zone. If this thing explodes, it can squeeze very quickly. So if you are doing this, be super careful. It's 20% to the upside. Manage your position size, okay? It's a 20% blowout into this top region. So if you're unsure, rather wait. We've got a big order block here. We've got a 618. It might be worth having an order at 35, 36, 37, okay? Small size, guys. Remember, I'm happy to bring you these degen setups, but you got to commit to yourself that your positions are small. You are not going high leverage because you guarantee liquidation. If you go high leverage, you got to go super low leverage, small position here, and just tone it down a little bit. You might want to ladder in nicely on these things and be aware that an explosive squeeze could be 10, 15, 20%, and then it can capitulate. Also, a big move. It can capitulate 20, 30, 40%, some of these tokens in a matter of minutes. Okay, so just be super careful if you want to play that game. I'm happy to bring these to you all day long. Okay, just be super careful. And you can see there's pressure here now. It must reject. Alternatively, look out. This order block and this macro 618 should give you something in that region. Okay, so just play safe, guys. Small positions. And here's this F that I gave. Also, we covered this morning. It has pumped. It didn't quite do what I wanted it to do. So there's a possible entry here on this F for me at 28 up to about 29. Okay, you're looking for that little fake out to the upside there, and then that quick sharp reversal. If you don't get it here, obviously just let it drop. Okay, don't go hunting this thing, because if they pump it back, look at your wick, it's 13% from where it is here. So really, you want to see this thing explode to the upside, and then you can get something over here. Look for that fake out to the upside. Okay, so keep it simple, keep it small. Don't do like, please, just don't be a hero, because then I'm not going to bring you these things. Okay, we go small position. Okay, Dave, how's it looking there? Have you mapped this thing out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, let's see what you got here.
H, right?
H, yeah. Okay, there we go. Looking good.
Well, round two. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the X-Pin situation. So, not a lot of data, right? Are we long in the top, or are we looking for a short? So I definitely am not long in the top on this one, but good luck to those that will try it. I think the entry is going to be here at 0.26663. We got a 1618, right? So how did I get that 1618? We got a fib from this wick high on the 14th of October to the low here on the 18th of October, right? So that's how I came up with that. And we're almost there, right? I think it's worth a stab. 11.63. Yeah, so that's we got about an 11% move here, and just be aware of the extra 10% pump beyond that, right? So I would say stop loss 0.2980 ish, and clearly low leverage, right? Maybe 5x leverage, 3x leverage, just to kind of withhold the or withstand the turbulence that would come here. But just a little bit of reverse Fibonomics, right? If we indeed stop at the 1618, right, we have the 382 that would line up right here at this kind of trend. So that's kind of what I would like to see, is a rejection and onto the trend here, and then maybe we go. Okay. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here in the short term. Got this rising trend in play. We have a point of control right here at 0.14, and dropped an anchored VWAP from this wick low coming in right here. So that I like that, how it ties in with the POC. So obviously we could see something like this. And if that does happen, then this could be like another one of those situations with BAS went to 0. What was the other one? AIA or something like that the other day. just went all the way up and all the way down, right? So that seems to be the common pattern with these new shiny ones. Are we going all the way down? Well, if we are, you know, catching the short here could be a massive play for, you know, us degens here. But yeah, look at the 382 guys just real quick, 0.1763, and that trend here is about 16,406.
Okay, and shout out to Panda. Panda was calling a FET trade. When was he on? Yesterday. Panda was talking about FET trade, and we were still laughing about that thing. We were speculating, could there be a squeeze on that thing? So FET, it looks like, I haven't looked at the chart, but shout out to Panda. It looks like somebody got it there. Tom Brown, nice.
I saw Panda's chart there in the WhatsApp this morning, and yeah, it had a big pop. And I think OP was another one he was looking at, and everything he was looking at did exactly what he was hoping it would.
Nice, very nice.
I took
very
0.
nice work there. Okay, boys and girls, let's go. Let's get into the stuff here. Let's talk ETH and let's get going, guys. Dave, obviously, hang around, bro. See if you can find something else. Jump in, obviously, whenever. And yeah, that was an absolute banger, guys. Okay, nice. So hopefully, Panda has shared the chart in the chart hackers, and then we can take a look there and see what's going on. Okay, Panda Bamboo longs on FET. Make the stream higher definition. We are streaming on max at the moment. I think it might be a setting on your side there, Godrich. Just take a look there. It might be a setting on your side. So you think ETH will hit a new all-time high, but BTC won't, blah, blah, blah. Here's a long story summarized for you guys to show you that after BTC tops, okay, in the cycle, ETH can possibly print new highs. Okay, so lower high for Bitcoin, new high for ETH. So there is a little bit of bull hopium here. There is a little bit of bull source here for you guys on the rest of the market. This guy's pointing out ETH at like 6K, 6,500. Is it possible? It's possible. Okay, anything's possible here. And there's that Bitcoin lower high that he's talking about at the moment. So again, every day, you know, everybody's got a different opinion. Everybody's got a different view. If that Wyckoff situation that we played out yesterday, that I showed you yesterday, plays out, well, this might actually play out for ETH as well. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff going on, and let's get into ETH and SOL quickly. And I can see we are getting a little bit of a rollover, so some of those head shorts are now starting to print, and that is always a good sign. Okay, we can always enjoy it when it's falling down, when you do have a couple of hedges in play and things like that. Now, ETH has reacted very similarly to Bitcoin, and you'll find SOL is doing similar things as well. What have we hit? We've hit a rejection zone at our 786. Let's just take a look at BTC as well. Very similar, two very similar charts here at the moment. Where is there it is. Okay, so there's our BTC, little 786 rejection there as well, and these things are looking very, very much alike now at the moment. I don't love the oscillator. It's still looking a bit bearish here for me, guys. These reversal prints aren't ideal. You can see the last time we did get the reversal, ETH did wake up pretty early. So the hopium here for ETH is that we get a reversal on our oscillator somewhere in this region. And if that is going to play out, we might still hold this bull zone. But you can see as we're speaking now, we're getting a bit of a meltdown on ETH. So if we're not going to hold this zone, what do we need to do? We need to start looking at areas where we can still get a bounce, but it might not be a bounce that takes us to new highs. Now, I typically like this bull zone because typically it can give us a new high and a lot of momentum. But sometimes, you know, we drop down into a 618, 786, and that move quite typically could be something like that gives you those lower highs that you take with you. Okay, you take with you to zero when these things go back down. Okay, so level number 1 here for ETH, we are in the zone now. This is a must hold area. I'm not loving the oscillator, unfortunately. Let's look where our backup areas are. So let's pull out our 618 and our 786. We want to see where we get confluence in these zones. And ideally, what you want to do is you want to tie in your 618, your 786 with an oscillator reversal. Now, again, you can choose your time frame. It depends how degen you are. If you're going, say, 15 minutes and things like that, you can often get some kind of change there or some kind of reversal. Sorry, slight interruption there. Excuse me. Please close the door. Thank you so much. Thanks in advance. Okay. So now we're looking at 3,820. This is our 618 support that we can watch here. And that is, we're looking for a bounce in that region. Okay. So we've got confluence here. Okay. So we can see our horizontal supports over there, 3,820. and we're looking for something like that. Okay, so if we do get a little bit more weakness on our oscillator and we start losing this level, guys, that is most likely where we are going to be looking. 3,820 there on ETH. Okay, so DGen play. Dave, where you mentally right now with the market? What are you feeling your side?
I still feel like we need to get some kind of pullback. The weekend lows are still kind of making me feel like, what the hell? Like, why are we not taking the weekend lows out yet?
It's
so
weird.
You know, either they're going to come and take it. So I'm just kind of cautious on the longs. Yes, the longs are, in and out, if anything. Same thing for shorts. There's a lot of it. It's like an in and out market. But yeah, looking at these big shiny ones and trying to short some of these like AVNT, took a little scalp short on that. And yeah, just preparing, when the weekend lows gets taken out, believe me, I'm going to be aping into some longs here.
So, I mean, wouldn't it be hilarious if we print new weekend lows on weekend lows? But anyway, here's last weekend's weekend lows. Okay, that's what we were looking for. And we annoyingly only got just there. They just teased us there. Okay, so we really thought we were going to get that onto that 786. It would have been pretty nice, around 105, 700, somewhere there, and just sweep that area and then give us a bounce. So yeah, what Dave is saying, guys, just be ready. Like, if it's going to happen, there's a good chance it's happening this weekend. And again, the team will be there on Saturday, or I'll be there on Sunday as well. And we can make sure that we get some cover there in case we do drop into those zones. Okay, so just don't panic if it's happening. We know we got it under control. Okay, we know the areas that we are looking for a little bit of action. And are we getting punched in the nuts again? Most probably, sir. Okay, most probably it's happening again. Okay, let's go Sol, and then let's get into some big plays. So here's Sol on the 1 hour, still looking a bit bearish here. Look at that, falling over. Okay, dropping into the zone. But the good news is, within the next hour or three, we're probably going to get a reversal on Sol. The bad news is they can do a lot of damage in an hour or three. Okay, on a short term move here in crypto. So let's see where we go. My dream zone is this bull zone over here for Sol. You can see I've got double VWAP action. I've got a 0.5. I've got horizontal. So perfect world, we're going to hold this 187, 186 region. Okay, that is obviously, what I'm trying to do here, trying to get some kind of bullish bounce, but we need the oscillator to play ball with us here at the moment. So we got to try and get that reversal when this oscillator is turning back to the upside. Okay, so look out here, guys. There could be some action here at around about this 187 region. Let's see if we can get something going here on Sol. Then I think there is a chance that we can squeeze up this weekend into like 198 before maybe they send us back to zero on the Sol. Okay, so 186, that's a big one. 187 region for me. Then let's talk about some of these trades here. Okay, let's see what's going on. Pippin. Okay, yeah, Dave, here's your H, bro. Okay, so I put in 2 sell orders. I actually put in one order a little bit higher in case they squeeze the stops. So I've got 2926 as an extra one to the downside there if we explode. There's Pippin. Okay, so you can see now it's doing that explosive move. Let's see when it hits that bigger order block to the upside. We can add to that. There's Asta short going there. There's Sol short going there. There's Sui. These were Sui and Sol. That was from this morning. Still in the zone. Like literally no changes here. Sui hit that resistance zone yesterday. Nice play. Hype chopping around at the highs. Virtual, I banked quite a lot of profits there on that banger yesterday. That long the top scenario. Tower, I've closed via a stop loss. Okay, I see Tower hit my stop loss. It closed me on Blowfin a couple of minutes ago. So that thing has lost the level. We're still going to talk about that one. Then I've got ENA, banked some profits there. Not too exciting. I've got the chart. Pump's also been a good one. ETH's actually quite annoying. Like this thing was a lot up earlier today. Now it's basically flat. I've been adding, trying to grow size because we're in that bull zone looking for the bounce. No changes. Bitcoin added a little bit to the short. XRP added a little bit to the short there. And Sui just, I mean, I suppose the correct phrase is fucking around a little bit, but I have banked some profits there on Sui. Okay, so that is looking okay at the moment. Now let's get into these coins here and let's start breaking them down. Now, one of the questions I had was, is it time to close my XRP short? Should I be panicked, with the market pushing up? And I'm not feeling that. I think I think XRP is going to roll over quite nicely at some point. Unfortunately, it means it's not going to do it alone. So it's going to mean the rest of the market might be taking a dive. And if that's going to happen, there might be a very simple play coming for XRP. So you can see short term, we've got that divergence there on the 1 hour that is looking a little bit bearish there. Let's take a look on the 2 hour and just see where we are. And you can see we are starting to roll over there. So there's a couple of scenarios here for me right now. Like, my conviction is that XRP is going to, if it does pump, it's not going to really make it past this type of region. And that could be the trigger that sends us much lower. So 2.55 into about 2.6 is pretty much my extreme there for XRP. So if I start closing above this 200-day MA, that for me is the big cut zone where I just start giving up on that short. And the good news is the market is most probably super bullish if that is happening. Okay, so right now, if there is a pump on XRP, it's simply going to create divergence on that 2 hour, and it's going to really just reaffirm to me that we might get that nice downside dip in the market. Okay, so XRP, watching this one, 255, 260, that's a nice add-on zone for me for that short. Naturally, it's going to be under pressure, but you can see why I like this area. 200-day MA, obviously a banger for me up there. Can XRP go to 6 before rolling over? Totally, bro. James, you in? Hey, I mean, James is holding till 10. No, James is holding to 100.
Yeah, I mean, hell can freeze over at some point. Everybody's waiting on it for one reason or another. I'm sure XRP can hit $6.
$6. Let's go 600. Let's go 600.
Mine is 6K. 10K is the big number all over Twitter.
Jesus, no, man, that's crazy. So, look, guys, I mean, if this makes sense to you, you can see why 200-day, like, you can see why I like this area. Okay, have a crack up here. If it pumps this weekend, you got about a 2 to 4% risk in that zone, and you could have some nice upside to the downside. Okay, if that makes sense to you guys. And we literally have someone here called 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I still just love that. I just fucking absolutely love that. Yeah. The guy's name is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, so you get the deal. Okay, there's XRP, so no reason for me to do anything with that one just yet. Let's talk Zcash. I think we're still going to get this. It's a move. Okay, this was my win entry from yesterday. And like, so far, what's going on here? And James actually reminded me, funnily enough, this was the short zone from the when entry, I don't know, 3 days ago, okay, which I deleted, and I created the when entry lower down after they dropped us a day or two ago. Anyway, long story short, what's actually happened here? We have now officially printed that lower high, okay, and that short theoretically would have played out. Now we've printed that lower high. What is the next natural progression here? Well, for me, it looks like it could be something like this weekend on the Zcash. And now we know Zcash sings to its own hymn sheet. And we've often seen scenarios where the market is super bullish and Zcash rolls over, or the market's super bearish and Zcash pumps. So it obviously does its own thing. And because it's been pumping so hard, I think it's reasonable to assume that this thing could actually come down and give us some kind of bounce at around about this 214 down to about $209 region. Okay, that will also give us time to allow this divergence to actually play out. Okay, we want to see this happen all the way down here, and then that should give us that nice trigger. So what I suggest here for the weekend, be super patient, stick your alarms on, okay, wait for this thing to get into that zone. I really like that area. I think at the very least, look at that order block there, at the very least we're getting like activity there. Okay, so definitely worth a look. For me, get the alarms on. I think that's going to be a banger, and I think we're going to get it this weekend. And boss, your low leverage short on Pippin. Yeah, so Joe, I'm running a cross account. So the leverage doesn't really matter on cross account. You just got to make sure that you are not overly exposed on all your positions. So make sure your net long or your net short isn't more than, say, between 5 and 10x on your cross account. So just do the calculation. So it doesn't matter at all on a cross account. It's all about position sizing. Leverage doesn't matter on a cross account. Okay, just always do the calculation yourself. And remember, cross account trading, it's kind of more for the experienced guys that have been trading leverage for a while. They understand the dynamics. If you are unsure, stick to isolated. Okay, anyone asking questions about leverage means that probably best stick to isolated for now. And then, you know, when you get more comfortable with it, move on to cross, because there's really nice advantages. You can be short, you can be long, you can really just start working the market up and down and protect yourself when the market falls over and you get those nice shorts that start pushing down. Okay, so we obviously teach a bit of that stuff in Hackers. I did a back to basics on that stuff, and we are going to be having a few more of those things coming through over the next couple of weeks. Now, virtual short is the question. Let's take a look, guys. Let's see what we can get. So just a quick one here. Whales bet big on pump. Okay, do they know something? Do they know something we don't know? James's eyes are like super big in the back, yeah. USDC, some whales pulled millions in USDC from exchanges to stack and long pump. Okay, one guy opened a 2x leverage position worth over $3 million. That's conviction. I mean, literally $3 million on a shitcoin. Like, that's impressive. Okay, on like, it's not even like ETH. It's like, let's go fucking 3 million on pump. Okay, so that's interesting, guys. Just remember that information, and with that in mind, here are your entries for this weekend that we might get some action on. So let's look at it. Let's look at two examples here. Example number one is the local bull zone. Okay, what is the local bull zone? The local bull zone is the area where your move started. Okay, so this move started over there. Okay, and I've created the local bull zone based on that. The local bull zone is the VWAP 382.5 combination, hopefully with some kind of order block, and that is the zone you typically look for some kind of bounce in your token. But obviously, the more local you're going, the higher your risk, the less chance, or the less accurate it can be. The bigger zone, okay, the full move bull zone, for me, the higher conviction, stronger bounce zone is sitting at 38. Okay, so 38 to about 38 to about 38.6, okay, is making sense for me as your next big zone. So, for example, you might see something like this play out, and then pump drop here, bang, and then give us that move over the course of this weekend. Okay, so look for something like that. I'm not loving this oscillator just yet. I think it needs time, and if the oscillator is going to play games, you might even see divergence, which means more downside. Okay, so you want to track that 38 zone, look for that area, and obviously look out for a stop hunt, look out for a wick just into those horizontals over there. Okay, so you can see there's a little order block waiting, so there's a lot going on down there at the bottom. Okay, so play for a stop hunt if they do come and do that. And let's see. Oh no, Chaos, are you sending me to zero here, bro? Where's this thing? Let's look at this Pippin chart here.
I think it's pumping from what people have been saying in the chat here.
Let's see. Where's this thing?
Could have popped into your entry already.
Yeah, we got time, guys. We're waiting. 35 to 38, 35 to 38. Okay, that is like, if you start blowing through there, then yeah, you want to start exiting. Okay, because then I can't tell you where it's going to go. But right now, there's a big order block, 35 to 38. That is the big zone. Okay, there. Chaos says he's waiting as well. Okay, let's go. Okay, so pump, guys, you've got entries, you know what to do. Okay, you know the zones there. Ideally, you're waiting for that oscillator, 38 region. That makes a lot of sense to me on pump for this weekend. Okay, another one is hype as well, losing some levels now. Okay, but the oscillator is coming into play on the 1 hour, and guys, I'm talking short term here. Okay, so we're a couple of hours away from some kind of reset here on hype. What are the zones that you need to watch? What are the zones that you can pay attention to now this weekend? Well, number one, you can see we've got a friend here, 200-day moving average. Nice, okay, and that most likely ties in with your 0.5. Let's take a look. Where's our 0.5? Let's just make sure that is in the same area. Okay, so you've got your big backup zones over here. This, for me, obviously ideal. It's your most degen zone. It's your 236 and your VWAP with horizontal, okay, there. But at the moment, that's not looking great. Okay, that really, like, if we're totally objective about that, it's not looking great. That tells me we could see something like this coming out for us over the next couple of hours. Okay, and multi-dose is Palantir's cooking. I exited that one yesterday, so if it's going up a little bit higher, I'm going to feel a bit sad. I think it's just generally sad. Okay, so yeah, hype must bounce here, 39.2. If it doesn't, your high conviction support, okay, now I'm talking about support, okay, the big one that you don't want to lose, 37.5. That's your 200-day, that's your horizontal there, that's your 0.5. That's a big one for me. Okay, we don't really want to close under that 200-day MA. I'm trading hype. I'm sitting in it. You can see it's flat now. Let's see. Okay, for me, I'm adding all the way down onto that 200-day MA and looking for that bounce. If we start closing under the 200-day MA, that is where I start just laddering out a little bit. We might be getting a little bit of pain to the downside. Okay, Dave, you're sitting so patiently and so quietly. Would you like to trade something? Would you like to give us something there, sir?
I saw somebody in the chats ask about Ape, so I do have an entry on that. It's not now, but I do think we have kind of like the Pippin situation. We have a level that we need to be looking for.
And can somebody in the chats tell us why Ape is pumping? Please inform me why Ape is pumping out of nowhere. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, Dave, do you want to give... Dave, are you hungover, bro? When entry's saying you're exhausted. I'm a little bit hungover today. I went for beers last night.
I mean, I just woke up like an hour ago, so maybe that's what it is. But I'm here. I'm looking at charts and taking trades.
He's strong and not necessarily long and strong at the moment. Okay, let's take a look. Let Dave talk us through Ape. Let's see if we can short that, because Ape is a bit of a shitcoin, if we have to be honest. I remember buying Dave a sewer pass for Ape. Do you know what a sewer pass is? James, do you remember what it was?
A sewer pass.
Yeah, so Ape was like a game. Remember, it was from Bored Ape or whatever it was.
Right,
and yeah, I invested a lot of ETH into like a sewer pass.
Okay.
In the NFT
this is
days.
last cycle and the bullshit. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was lovely. Anyway, what a lovely time the NFT days were. Eh? Such a lovely time. I mean, the amount of dog shit I'm holding at the moment, my God, and my spaceships. Does anyone have spaceships left? I've got a few of those. If anyone wants those. Okay, what are we doing here, Dave? This looks this looks a bit rough up there.
Well, so Fest is happening in Vegas. That's what's causing this pump, apparently.
Okay, well, we need to sell that for sure then. So this is a fixed range FRVP. We have value area low right here, and typically on a macro range pull, if we struggle here at the value area low, we're coming down. If we get acceptance into it, then we could hit the POC. So that's kind of higher time frame. Zooming in now to show you guys where we're at. Right, that value area low is right here. We have the 50-day moving average right here, and yes, it is showing signs of being overbought clearly. But I think we're going to get one more push, and then that's the entry here, right, with the stop loss above the 50-day moving average. Maybe give you guys like a 6% wiggle room, right? So just like a lot of people, we're all foaming at the mouth to short ApeCoin, and the more shorts that pile in here, it's just fuel for another squeeze, right? So I think being a little bit patient here, we'll get our entry at the 50-cent mark, and then we would just simply take it down to, I mean, it's probably going to be a round trip situation, but we have a POC and anchored VWAP right here. We have a value area high retest on the mini range. So TP zones would simply be 44 cents and also kind of this lower region at 40 cents. And yeah, I would expect this to play out, coming down and doing a full round trip, right? So this is the conference, sell the conference.
So 503. What's that limit there?
Yeah, 5034.
503. We're going to make it 5033. Okay, just one extra. These guys, they front run it. They always do it. Okay, so let's go. I'm locking in a sell order up there. I'm going to have a
it's probably one of those deals where you could probably just keep laddering in and just knifing into it, right? So if there is extra strength that makes no sense, an extra 10% pump into these point of control and anchored VWAP. I think this is an anchored VWAP from the all-time high, maybe. Let me see. No.
Okay, so I'm going to show the guys what I've done here. Guys, I've plugged this one into a limit here on Blowfin. Okay, so I've got a limit sell order here. I'm running it cross here on Blowfin, 0.50. That, I mean 0.5033. Okay, there's my limit sell order. It's going to be the only trade in there for now. So let's see if it does push up and pick that one up. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens by this weekend. Okay, so that could be a fun one. Dave, do you want to finish? Explaining what you got there?
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, just be aware that there's a macro point of control here at 55 cents. So If you're the type that likes to ladder in and just kind of hold it and wait for it to play out, that can be a thing too. So just be aware of that extra level up there, just in case you do get stopped out at the 50-day moving average. But that's just kind of one scenario.
Okay, so guys, give it breathing room. You know the rules. When these things are exploding like this, just give it breathing room. Okay, at some point it capitulates. You get that hard rejection. Then sometimes they bring it just back up again, and then you can add a little bit to get that thing running down. Now, it says Ape is also in the bit-funded base challenge. Okay, well, I mean, I haven't had a look there. I haven't had a look for Ape in a while. But really? Guys, remember, bit-funded, and, especially for those that feel like they got a little bit of lickies here, you can trade with other people's money. Okay, this is a funded account I've got here. I'm sure you guys have seen some of Dave's funded accounts as well. This is real money that I've made that I can literally withdraw now. Okay, and this is the base account where you can trade some of these things. So yeah, guys, if you want to trade with other people's money, it's as simple as this. Bitfunded gives you a demo account and you show them that you can trade. Now there's either one way that you can pass it by getting one big move, that's an option, or you can choose the 2 move option where you got to show them you get 8% and then you make 5% and they give you real money. You keep 80% of the profits. Okay, Dave, you withdrew $9,000 this week?
Yes, about 91.
Very nice. And payout smooth? How did it go?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, they send you an email. They want you to send them your address, a couple things, Telegram, and then, yeah, within 24, 48 hours, had my deposit, right? So there was a lot of misconception. Everyone's like, oh, we get paid every 24 to 48 hours. No, it's because before, like on prop firms, right, when you request your withdrawal, sometimes, on some of these prop firms, it can take a week or 2 weeks, right, for their verification process. But with Bitfunded, they're basically saying, hey, 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get your deposit. So that's what that is. And, most prop firms, they allow you to withdraw once every 30 days. Well, on Bitfunded, they allow you to do it every 14 days, right? So you can actually change it from 30 days, which is the default, and then change it to 14 days for your pay period, right? So you can start as soon as you get your live account, set your payout to be 14 days from that point forward, and you got 14 days to trade. And then, yeah, you'll have your deposit as soon as the trading session is finished.
Okay, there you go, guys. And you want to grab that, it's all in the link in the show description for you guys. Okay, from the Chartakers Discord to the Accelerator course to the new indicator pack that I've got for you. We've got the Bitfunded stuff here. We got all the exchanges that I trade on as well are sitting here for you guys. Okay, and you can see there's a new addition there, BitGet. We are partnering with BitGet here, and we're going to bring some exciting things for you guys coming in the near future. Okay, so watch this space. We'll make sure they're bringing you tons of good things. Lemons Tuck, I'm guessing Lemons TC, or I don't know. Okay, I can't even read that. He says, when's the Banter Royale? It got postponed to Sunday, 6:30 my time. Okay, so that is right now, my time at 6:30 right now. So this time on Sunday. Okay, let's look at virtual. There's lots of talk about virtual at the moment, and that was a proper banger. This thing, I think there was a little bit of news on this one. James, did you hear the news on virtual? What was the story?
I mean, I didn't see anything. Did you have some sort of tweet or something on this that was super bullish?
I thought I saw some news. I mean, this thing exploded.
Well, yeah.
A news-based situation. But yeah, I mean, look, I wish everything that we longed the top of exploded like this. Unfortunately not. But I mean,
took virtual, not this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, virtual made like proper money for that explosion. I mean, where did we catch it? We got it here somewhere. Where was it? There.
Yeah,
okay, so
somewhere there. It was about to break out. Yeah, you caught it just at the perfect
we got
time.
It somewhere there, guys. I mean, 20% little pumper there, on a Friday. Thank you so much. So I've mostly closed out of all of that. If you guys looking for a continuation, okay, first question, lots of people in the chats are saying, can you short this thing now? So the answer is, if you want to give it a go, sure, but your risk is about 7%. Okay, so remember, you're trying to get these things tight. I mean, this is a dream scenario there. That little flush to the upside and rejection, that is always a nice short opportunity, that little stop hunt to the upside, okay? So 7% risk if you want to try the short. Looking at this one now, bull zone, you can see this is the bull zone over here, the 382, the 0.5, you got your VWAP sitting in the way there. So I would say there's a good probability that you're going to get some kind of action in this zone. So if they drop it into that area, there's a strong chance one of these areas is going to give you a nice little move here on virtual. Okay, so right now you're going to track this oscillator, and what you're going to see happening is if this oscillator starts losing these levels, then that move to the downside is on. Okay, and then you're going to start shopping around a little bit lower here on virtual, somewhere in that sort of region, I would guess. You're going to be hunting for some kind of bounce there. Okay, so your areas are 85.5, and your next one is 825 for virtual. Okay, if you ask me the higher confluence zone, it's the VWAP, the 382, and this pivot region over here. Okay, so look out at 85.5. That's zone, my preferred zone actually, for some kind of bounce. It might just be a lower high, but it's give you something. And if we lose that, 82.5 is where you are looking for your next little bit of action on that one. Okay, let's talk to 𝗬𝗬𝗧. And I took the stop here because we've lost that region over there. You can see we've closed under that zone, and now it's actually rejecting. So bearish retest and a rejection. Okay, so winner on virtual, amazing. 𝗬𝗧 took a stop, but upside, I think overall gain was pretty strong, pretty decent result. So now what do we do with 𝗬𝗬𝗧? Let's take a look at slightly higher time frame here. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's see where we are. This 1 hour needs to reset. Okay, so we can see it might need a little bit more time here if it is getting a little bit bearish. And what you want to do is you want to start focusing on some bigger levels. So you go to the extreme low, and then you go to the extreme high, and then you start looking at bigger things. You start looking at where your 786 is, which is going to be your next probable area. If you start hitting a little bit more sort of bearish energy here out of the market, that is going to be your springboard. Okay, so normally the guys are done selling by that 786, and you get some kind of strong reaction there to the downside. Okay, so remember right now, lower time frame, we are at resistance, and this thing might drift lower. 374, look for some action there. Okay, so you can see we got wick action and things over there. I think we well covered here so far. ENA, guys, last one, ENA from yesterday and this morning in the chart hackers. This is what I was looking for, that pump and rejection. We've got the rejection. Okay, now we're looking for the bulls to step in. That's the question. Do the bulls step in? Let's see. The bulls have got until 46 to come step in on ENA. Well, I'm going to start cutting that position. Okay, so very simple game plan with these breakouts. Nibbling, looking for the squeeze, look for the explosion. What tends to happen is once it pops, it rejects at some kind of resistance band, then it falls over, and you're waiting for those bulls. The bulls must come and start stepping in, hopefully on a good support level. If they don't, well, then you know it's a fake out and you send it to zero. So it allows you the opportunity to look for only shorts on breakouts if that is the angle you want to play. So you can always try and short those initial pops through those resistance zones, and sometimes you're not going to get the bullish bounce, and it's actually going to play out very nicely. Okay, so there's always a bull and a bear option. Matty, come on. Yes, we need this thing. 46, there's your 200-day MA, and I mean, we've been dancing around this area for how many days now? I mean, look at this thing there. When was that? Tuesday. So the whole week we've been playing in that zone. Okay, bulls must step in here. Okay, that is it. And oh no, who's gone all in on Polygon? Is he serious? Is that old Matic?
That is Matic. Yes, it is.
Well, maybe the
Perhaps
UI
this
is
is that
changed since I tried to use it in, I don't know, 2021, and I was like, what is this dog shit? I'm not even using this thing. So maybe it's changed in 4 years. Who knows? Okay, guys, I think we're going to leave it there. You got shorts, you got longs, you got setups for more downside, you got setups for more upside. You can't be more covered for the weekend, and then on top of that, we'll trade with you guys on Saturday. So I think you got a good deal. I think it's a good setup. Okay, final words from Dave.
Yeah, getting ready to short ape. Let's go. Easy money.
Nice.
I like
James, final words from James.
Good luck, everyone.
I need a red or a green shirt, bro. You're confusing the shit out of me with this
Next
gray.
time.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this gray. Okay, guys, have a good break or have a good weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Again, be safe. Don't go too big. No need to go too big. Dial down the position sizing. Have fun. You must enjoy trading. Okay, it mustn't make you feel shit. Okay, that is not the energy we want here. We're here to have a good time. Okay, and we're gonna make money on top of that. All right. See you guys. Oh, look, Dave's back. He's back. There he is.